2018, I wasn't this man. I was drinking a lot. Riddled with anxiety. Hi, my name's Ash. I'm a personal trainer, a strength and conditioning coach, and I use my story to help other people to get fit. I like that one.
Nice.
Easy.
Easy.
Hey, alright. How much more, man? People see this version now, not what came before.
Take me back to 2018. What did a typical day look like for you physically and mentally?
I'll start by saying mentally, waking up and feeling hungover most days, because I wouldn't say that I was an alcoholic as in drinking most days on my own, but I definitely had issues with, drinking in a social setting. I definitely would say I was probably more of like a social alcoholic. I wouldn't want to go out unless it involved alcohol, even if it went, it meant going out for food, it would turn into a massive boozy party most of the time. And that left me feeling quite dark, empty a lot of the time. I always say that drinking alcohol is just trying to mask issues. A lot of people who are drinking most days, they're trying to hide something. They'll say that they're doing it just for fun, or they're doing it just because they're in social settings, but that's not the case. You are trying to escape something, you're trying to run from something. And in my case, I think I was trying to run from my daily anxiety, my daily depression. Depression was at an all-time high back then. Just doing simple tasks like waking up and brushing my teeth. It felt like walking up the most steepest mountain. And that in turn had an effect on me physically. Physically, I went from 79 kilos to about 105 kilos in 6 to 12 months, I believe. And people looked at me and they thought, who is this guy? He used to be a full-time athlete. Now look at him, he's fat. He's sweating walking up and down the stairs. This is me now, someone who's just drinking, partying and living my life like it's an accident. So what I can say is those were real dark days, man. And I really remember them, vividly. I will never ever forget those days, because I think back to those times and it motivates me now to not go back to being that person. And it also helps me to understand other people who are potentially going through what I went through, and to give them grace and love and empathy, because it's hard, man. It's a hard journey. Last one. Oh, rest. Good. Only 6, yeah? 3. 4, that's cool. Other side. Don't tie yourself up too much, that's good. 1. Good extension, a bit more extension than last time, a bit more power. That's it, good work.
Was there a specific moment when you realized something had to change, or was it a gradual realization?
I say it was a gradual realization, because I woke up most days feeling depressed. I woke up most days feeling really anxious, but I'm going to say at the time that wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to stop me living my unhealthy lifestyle. It wasn't enough to stop me from making bad choices. And I think it got to a point in 2018, 2019 maybe, where everything really got to its worst. My mental health got to the apex, and that's when I really realised that I've got to change this. I've got to get back to the old person I used to be. I've got to get back to doing my running, doing my training, because that helped me so much mentally. I tell people that training and fitness isn't all just about looking good in aesthetics. It's about what you can do for your mind. It's about waking up and stacking daily wins. If you go to the gym at 9 o'clock in the morning, I can almost guarantee the rest of your day is going to be better. And I adopted that approach. And I really think that if I didn't get back on the exercise train, I don't know where I'd be now. Because like I said, it was a gradual process of my depression slowly but surely getting worse, and every day pushing me further and further away from a sound mind. And I'm just glad in the end that, I'm not gonna lie, exercise probably did save me. Without exercise, I don't know where I would have been. One more. You're on fire today, man. That's a far jump. Still quite far further than the first, I think. Two more. Big last jump.
Nice. What were the biggest challenges of starting that change?
biggest challenges of starting that change would be to convince my friends that I don't want to live this life anymore. You know, your friends messaging you on a Friday, Saturday, even a Sunday sometimes. I was one of them guys saying that they want to go drinking, and you're like, nah, you know what, I don't really want to do this anymore. Or, you know, you're saying to your friends, I want to go run hill sprints instead, I want to go to the gym, I want to spend time around people who are going to uplift me, you know, I want to read a book rather than going out drinking. And those sort of people still saw me as the same Ashley, and that was a massive, you know, I guess a barrier in front of me, because it made me think, you know what, maybe I'm that same Ashley, maybe I'm not this person who I'm trying to be. And it was daily, you know, trying to fight myself to make myself not go back to those bad habits, but also trying to convince those people that I'm not the same Ashley anymore, and that I am trying to level up and I'm trying to do better. So I'd say the hardest part of the journey was just having people around me that were still trying to drag me back down to be that same Ashley when I didn't want to be him anymore.
Lateral jump and vertical, that's something that's fucking hard. High grip. Yeah, let's do plate grip holds.
Slips, failing.
Nope.
Oh,
Surely not.
yeah, I'm just using the fourth at this stage.
Oh no. Oh no.
Come on, lad.
You've let the coach beat you, man. Twice.
Tell me about your proudest moments along your journey.
Proudest moments along my journey, people would think I'm going to say, you know, losing all this weight, getting strong in the gym, maybe starting a business on the back end of everything I've been through in my experiences. It's not even that at all. The proudest part of my journey was having friends around me who once lived that same life I lived. You know, these are my same friends who were out drinking and partying with me, who were living a life that was just not conducive for growth at all. And they got up one day and said, you know what, if Ash can do it, I can do it too. And instead of being in the clubs with me at 1 o'clock in the morning, these guys were running hill sprints with me most days at 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, Monday to Friday. I saw these guys drop weight. I saw these guys' mental health improve, their mental clarity improve. I saw their relationships improve. I saw so many things change, all just because I decided to wake up one day and say, you know what, I don't want to be this person anymore. And this journey hasn't even been about me. You know, I'm glad that I've managed to turn my life around and stuff, but the best thing was just seeing those people who were around me, who were close to me, change their life as well, and it just made it better.
What, the progress? One more. That's good. Strong.
So Steve just did 80 kilos for 6. I mean, in 2024, that was his 1 rep max. Now he's doing 140 kilos for reps. That's just a testament to his consistency, his dedication, and how much work he puts in. I've made a beast.
You do like 140 easily. This is just like lifting up a biscuit.
You do not like a biscuit.
Just a set of 6, make sure we're warm so we can go heavier. Technically 10 out of 10.
Because of your past, is it fair to say that helping your clients overcome these physical and mental obstacles bring an extra layer of fulfillment to your work?
Absolutely, because a lot of the clients I've trained, I've been where they've been. You know, I've been overweight. I've been someone who relied on alcohol in social settings. I've been someone who woke up with really bad mental health. I've been someone who, believe it or not, struggled to walk into a gym because I had anxiety of people, you know, thinking people were judging me. So when I train people, I'm not training people from, you know, a textbook. I'm training people from lived experience, that I have once been you. And if you stick with the process and you stick with the journey, that you can change whatever you're going through. You can change your alcohol. You can change your alcoholism. You can change your feeling anxiety. You can change your walking into the gym and feeling like you're not enough. You can change your anxiety and depression. And the reason why it brings me such fulfillment is because I can also pour into these people's lives, life experience. It's not just about lifting dumbbells. It's about me training people and showing people that, you know, I once started here and I finished here, and you're going to start here and you probably will surpass me. That brings me so much fulfillment. It's not just about people dropping weight. It's not just about people getting stronger. It's about seeing people's life change and their mentality and mental health change. That's what brings me so much rewards.
You keep throwing out eggs as well, so I've got to eat that.
Maybe next Saturday. That's good. Remember the tilt? Yeah, you got it. 2, 3, 4. All right, halfway. Keep it strict. 2 more. That's it, rest. Do you know what? I love this movement. It's called electness, because people come down and they say, oh, I can do 1,000 crunches, I can do 1,000 sit-ups. And I tell them that the electness shows me really who has strong core strength and who is really going to be able to move numbers in the gym, because everything comes from core strength. Electness is the #1 core strength exercise. Crunches and sit-ups, they're alright, but they don't really work like this.
What message do you have to the people who feel trapped in an unhealthy lifestyle that are slowly settling in a state of quiet desperation?
I'd say don't settle, man. And like I said earlier in this interview, people are going to still see you as that same person when you're trying to change, and they're going to try and drag you back down. And they're going to say, oh, look at you, who do you think you are going out for runs? Who do you think you are trying to eat healthily? They're going to look at you and probably try and drag you back down, but that's an indication of representation of them. You have to realize that in life you're going to go through seasons, and this is a season where if you're going to turn around and say, you know, I don't want to be this person anymore, I want to try and live a healthier life, that it's going to be hard at first. There are going to be times where you're going to think, you know what, not much is changing. Why have I decided to start this? There's going to be times where people are going to laugh at you. People are going to be like, oh, look at this person, you know, trying to get fit, trying to get healthy. He ain't going to last for long. He's going to be drinking by tomorrow. He's going to be partying by tomorrow. You have to just believe in yourself that you can just pull through this journey. The hardest thing I think for me, and I think other people can take heed in this, is when you wake up and you just realize that no one's coming to save you. Like, life is real short. And the longer you take to start this journey is the more chance that the way you're living becomes a habit and becomes habitual. You have to try and just say, you know what, I'm going to stop this now. Today is the day I'm going to cut the crap, and I'm not going to spend time with people who are going to make me feel like I have to live a certain way, even if that means spending time alone. Sometimes spending time alone is the best thing for you, and just focusing on what you need to do. Journal it, write it down, tick off everything each day. Have a to-do list, 7 tasks a day, tick them off. Have a monthly task list, have achievements and goals that you want to achieve every month. And as you tick them off, you realize that it becomes really easy, it becomes easier, and you will feel a sense of fulfillment and achievement. Once you've ticked everything off, you'll be a new person, and those same people who are judging you will look at you and be like, you finally did it, and that's when you know you've won. It took time, but I got there.